All right. Well, here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. I want to know where your passion for music came from. Was it a certain album, a live performance, or something that was natural for you as a child growing up Midwest, I guess, Indiana?
Yeah. You know, it's funny, Debbie Gibson
Oh, very
and
cool.
Madonna, that's what got me into music. When Electric Youth, like the whole album, because I grew up in the 80s and 90s,
Uh-huh.
and I knew I wanted to sing and I knew I wanted to perform when I was listening to Debbie Gibson and Madonna. And it was, I was in high school and listening to Hole and Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Smashing Pumpkins, again, a child of the 90s. And the very first guitar I had it was an Epiphone. uh what do you call it, Les Paul. It was the
Uh-huh.
worst guitar ever. So the second guitar I ever bought was the Courtney Love Venus from Fender. It was like a little Squire edition, so it's
Yes,
small
I
and
know.
a girl could play it. And my girlfriend Jamie has it. It's in Florida in her garage. She's never gotten rid of it because, like, in all of my moves, I left it in her garage 10 years ago. And she's like, I still have your guitar and I will send it to you anytime. But yeah, it was,
That's cool.
that got me playing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same for me. Like, late 91, I remember seeing Smells Like Teen Spirit music video when I was 11 years old, and I instantly wanted to start growing my hair long and look like that, and
Oh, of course,
taking
yeah.
my
I wore
bike to the
every
record
flannel.
store. Yeah.
I
And I
was
guess
the
that's why I
niece.
liked Cold so much too, because they do have a lot of like that grunge spirit in them. So,
Absolutely.
when did you get first introduced to Cold before we get into you actually joining them?
Okay, so and I tell the whole story in
Yeah.
my book because Cold was such a huge influence on me growing up.
Hmm.
It was in 1999 or 2000 where I happened to be at a show. I was doing merchandise for Sprung Monkey at
Oh
a venue
yeah,
in
yeah.
Chicago. Yeah, Get Them Out of Here. It was when they were doing all that. Like
I went
they
to that
literally
Cold
flew
show.
from.
Yeah.
Okay, so they flew from Chicago or maybe Ohio or Chicago from that show and went to and played Dave Letterman. So,
Okay.
but so Cold was, it was Sprung Monkey, Cold, and Kid Rock at the Metro.
Oh,
And
okay. It's
I was
different.
there and I saw Cold for the first time and had met them and hung out with them,
Hmm.
and I fell in love with them. So I'd moved to Florida and 13 Ways to Bleed came on stage, or came out.
Yeah, yeah.
13
Second
Ways
album.
to Bleed on stage came out, and their CD had the spider on it, so I got the spider tattoo from that record. It was blue, and I was like, I want it red. And and I was the lead singer at the time for everything, and I also play guitar, but I was always the front girl, so I was like, I'm always gonna have a mic and I'm always gonna represent.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
that was just my thing because Cold was my jam, and I was a body piercer at the time, so I played that album insanely, like nonstop at the tattoo shop,
Yeah.
and it was so annoying to my coworkers, but I was like, what, I don't even care. And then Year of the Spider came out, and so they had asked fans to send in photos
Hmm.
for the sleeve of the album, and mine got chosen. One of my photos in
Oh
that
wow.
album, and it's literally the photo next to Jeremy Marshall, whom I replaced, which Scooter
Yeah.
even when Scooter had hired me, he had no idea that that was me in the photo, and he was like, oh my god. So it was like very serendipitous from me being a fan back in the late 90s, early 2000s
Hmm.
to now. We're best friends. I'm in the band.
That's so
It's
cool.
such a blessing and so exciting. So
I happened to catch them open for Limp Bizkit in September '97, and I was like so blown away. And they gave out these little cassette tapes that had I think it was like Give and Ugly on it.
oh
Yeah, then
yeah,
I used to always so I saw them open for Gravity Kills after that, and they always invited me and the Sprung Monkeys show, and they always invited me on the tour bus. They're like, "You're at the time I lived in Maryland, so you're our Maryland DC street team guy." And they always kept giving me
nice,
more tapes, and then
dude.
each album
Dude,
just kept getting
dude,
better and better. So
everyone. I just like I still get a little blown away and brought to tears sometimes because I got to be a part of
mm-hmm.
the things we can't stop. It's just so surreal to me at
Mm-hmm.
times. 'Cause- But
So
yeah, they've always
walk
been
me
so
through. I know
good.
you talk about this in the book. How you actually officially joined the band, like in what time period too?
Okay, so time period. It was actually October 14th, 2014. I got a
Mm-hmm.
tweet from Scooter from the Cold page, and he was like, "Hey, I know this is weird, but check your other Facebook messages because I sent you a message. And so I was on tour with Saving Abel at the time in their opening band.
Cool.
So we had done like the United States. We were on our second leg, I think. But somebody had sent Scooter my photo. Like, so I'm playing bass. I've got the cold tattoo. So they were like, hey, here's this girl. She's got a cold tattoo. So they started doing some research. And I had been a co-founder of Girls Rock Indianapolis and had done a TED Talk. So, I mean, music has always been my passion. So Scooter saw the TED Talk and was like, oh, that's her. She's it. She's our girl. And so I called him, and I was playing a show that night in Indianapolis with Saving Abel, and I was at the Vogue when this whole phone call went down right before I was getting ready to go on stage. And it was just, he was like, do you have anybody you need to talk to? Do you want to say, whatever? I was like, got you. I'm in 1,000%. So that was it. It's been cold from that day forward.
Do you have like a favorite, like some favorite cold tracks you like to love playing live? I mean, I know they're all.
Yeah, Ocean is one of my favorites. All of them, like, but you have to understand, like, I am a fan of Cold.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got to be surreal every night.
I was playing this shit in my head, like Air, doing all of it forever. I love all their songs, and I'm so.
I would say my all-time favorite's "Different Kind of Pain," which unfortunately I haven't heard live. Yeah.
Well, when our tour just got postponed. Well, it didn't just get postponed. It got postponed in March, and we just had to postpone the postponed dates because nothing is really going to be opening up, and we want to keep our fans safe. And as much as we want to be on the road, and we all want to be together, we're going to wait until 2021. But I
think it's smart. Yeah.
But that it's called A Different Kind of Tour, and it's an intimate night with Cold. But we're going to be playing a lot of the softer songs and a lot of things.
Oh, yes.
And then we're going to reimagine a couple of the older songs. But yeah,
ooh,
that tour.
I can only imagine what you're going to do with Ugly,
Oh, and Ugly is on the set list.
Yeah, I can. That's going to be great.
It's going to be beautiful, but it's going to be in 2021.
Yeah.
We have to just go with the flow.
That's okay. Well, I mean, this tour gets postponed, and now you write this book. Let me see if I get the name right, because I was trying to pronounce it. Unfuckwithable.
Unfuckwithable.
A guide to inspired badassery.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic, so.
Okay, I'm a little dyslexic too, so I get it. It's all good.
Yeah.
But so I started writing the book in 2016.
Okay.
And I was finished up with it, so I was just shopping it to agents, and so many agents were coming back and saying, "Oh, we'd love to rep this book, but because it's a spiritual book, so it's in that like spiritual development, but also personal development. And it's the first spiritual based book that has fuck in the title." And I think that a lot of people were a little bit intimidated by it. And I was like, okay, whatever, universe, what do you have? And I got a publisher in February. And they took it on, and they were like, well, yeah, we'll take your book. We got this. And I was supposed to release it on the road, so they were going to send it to me on the road. So this whole COVID thing happened, so it gave me the time to actually sit down with the editor and get it done.
Oh, very cool. So let's talk about the spiritual sides of it. How does it, are you like, there ways to help us with like insomnia or just anxiety in general, which is like, I think like we're all going through right now with everything going on in the world.
Dude, I still can't sleep. I literally, I'm popping Z-Quil pretty much every night, and I still am waking up for 3 hours at night. It's crazy. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of uncertainty and unrest. But so the book is basically about finding the power in yourself to do what it is, because we all have these excuses and we all listen to these outside forces that kind of influence us. So my whole book is like, fuck everybody. What are you in love with? What are you passionate about? And what questions do you have to ask yourself to find out what it is you love? Because so many people are just like on autopilot.
It's very true.
With really no purpose, because they have asshole husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends, or I live for my kids, or whatever it is. Like they're not taking themselves into consideration into being the most fucking important person in their life. And I just wanted the whole point of the book was just asking people the hard questions to really get in touch with who the fuck they are
I
and
love
being good
that.
about
It's very
it.
kind of like rock and roll, you know?
Well, yeah, and that's the intention was for it's about the law of attraction, and it's
Mhm,
about like spiritual principles, not religion, but
mhm.
spiritual principles that are based on like we are God, like we have control over our lives, but very few of us tap into that source and actually use it. And I wanted to reach to an audience that wouldn't pick up like a Dr. Wayne Dyer book or an Eckhart Tolle book or, Gabrielle Bernstein, like all of these people who are great teachers that I look up to. I'm a kind of a nerd, so I don't mind buying a book with
Me
like
too.
with the birds flying over the sunset because I learned from it. But a lot of fucking people in rock and roll don't do that. So that it's my voice teaching the same principles.
I
If that
love
makes
that. Very cool. And where's the book available? Like, where can people? Is
It's
there a special
available
way
on
we could get like a signed copy from you
yeah,
by any chance?
the signed copy is from me. It's at eqxshop.com because my best friend and I have a candle company, so we're selling it on our website. So if you go under the cold collection, that's where my book is because we have all these
Mhm.
great cold candles. And actually, we just made Motley Crue's candles.
Oh wow,
So
yeah, I'm looking. You
yeah,
got oils too, so.
we have oils, we have body butters. Well, body butters are more of a winter thing because
Mhm.
it's like a souffle. They kind of plop when it gets heated.
Oh, look at that
So
cold quiet now. Healing,
yeah,
calming body oil. I love that.
yeah. So we're doing yeah. So we've got that. So the book is on that website, and you get a signed copy from me. It's free shipping, or you can always get it from Amazon. It's
I
on that.
love that. All right. Anything else you got in the works? Anything you get new products for any website coming up besides that?
No, I'm right now I'm just promoting the book,
Yeah.
still promoting the album, The Things We Can't Stop. It's available on Spotify and Apple Music
Oh,
and
it's a great
all.
album.
Thank you. I love it.
I would
In
say probably my favorite is "Beautiful Life," and that will probably make a good song for this upcoming tour with all the ballad type stuff. So.
we're going to be doing yep, yeah, I can't wait. I'm so anxious. I'm happy to have a project to kind of keep me busy
Hmm.
even for now, but my life is the road, like so being a road warrior and just being with fans and playing music, that's the hardest thing that
Yeah.
I'm dealing with not doing right now. But I'm spending time with my daughter, so I'm in Indiana, and I don't hate that at all. I'm very happy. But yeah, can't wait to be back out.
All right. Well, we'll talk down the road. Hopefully, see you live at some point. So.
Absolutely, and you'll have to come back on the bus, and we will treat you like
Yeah,
a
it's funny. I
rock
bring all my old photos and stuff. So.
I love it. Yeah. Well, I'll let Scooter know. I'm gonna tell him you said hi.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.